comes down to when they play to the minor as well. The Sake and the Gridlock are 2 of the 3 opening maps, and I'll say Carolina were battling really nicely on the Sake Hardpoint when they had played before. They won it 250 to 176, but we're already jumping into the mix. Carolina from the quote-unquote unfavored side, already finding some preferential treatment at the bar. Must have had some cash waving in the air. They get quick service, and that's enough for the first 15 seconds, plus maybe a little bit extra to go their way.
Yeah, and if you're Carolina, I wouldn't want to play them if you are any other team in the league, if they're able to at least get their hardpoint game to 60-40. Because I feel like when you look at this roster between Fire, Exnid, and Standy, there's really not going to be a lot of pressure there. So Lurqxx has to overcompensate, and you know that the guy is willing to do that because he's already sitting at 5-0. Yesterday, he drops 100 kills plus in that series versus Optic, and he has been one of those shining rookies.
107-83, a near 1.3 KD against Optic. Now they were able to win that series. So on the flip side, as much as you can sit here and praise Lurqxx, you also need something else out of the other 3 to really show up against another tough opponent here. For now, Riyadh into the hard point for P2. Really solid looking setup. And this is great from Exnid. First blood comes through, slows down the hit from the front, allows an opportunity for KiSMET to peek his head, find a kill. Spawns should still be good, and they will be as Cellium jumps into the hard point.
Yeah, Pred just gets the info on the last player, crossing through the front door, so it allows your teammates to reinforce right back into the warehouse. So to soak up this final 25 seconds. Carolina are just knocking at the door, though. They're not going to be willing to give this up for free. And this might come back to bite them because now you should take some space if you are the Falcons to potentially flip them on out. But they don't. So Ravens give it a good punch, but can set up now at new.
Looking like KiSMET. Oh, timing to get up top of this mantle could be key. Pred's able to find Lurqxx, who was weak initially. Exnid quick shutdown. That actually changes the route here from Pred. Waiting for help from his teammates who are still spawning over towards the P5. And that was going to lead to now an opportunity to kind of gate crash the front door. Cellium gets 1. Sees another player inside the hard point. Waiting for his teammates to 3-2-1 hit this, but the pinch is on the way. Standy right there, and it's a 4-man feed. Carolina able to hold.
Yeah, this is where Carolina can show what they can do in a hardpoint game. Off the rotation is good. Their hold percentage is up there, but their break percentage is what really is holding them back. They couldn't find a break at the P2, but this has been a perfect response here at the P3. So 30 seconds to play with. Exceed with an NPC trying to just get on out. Be a nuisance, create some extra space, and this is ideal if you're the Ravens, because now you can push on out, and Falcons are going to spawn over at Rock.
Yeah, and you've got an opportunity for Exceed to hit a long route early. Backside dojo if he so chooses, but is feeling weary about where Riyadh are rotating from, knowing that this last 20 seconds is a guarantee. And there's some info. KiSMET to the backside of P2. Flipping out, Pred's able to find Exceed on the exit. Standy, meanwhile, has cut right through mid-map, but is only able to go so far. Look at this P4.
I was curious if I heard a Hellstorm. I did not. So all of the Ravens' first push is going to be right through the front. And this is just not going to lead to much success here because Cellium is locking this position down. You have pressure coming in from mid-window, and the first wave already gets shut down. Now Ravens got to work on a long route.
Yeah, this is not where you want to be with 30 seconds remaining on P4. Because you've also got, KiSMET watching that mid-pinch. But Cellium drops inside the hard point, forces Exnid to watch 2 things at once. But as he finds the opener, everyone comes off spawn, and they know exactly where Carolina are trying to manifest this last 18-second break from. Shots a little bit off for KiSMET, was trying to reposition, gets caught on sprint. Exnid only able to do so much, but the last player inside the hard point should be double chowed and is. So a tie game here. Heading over to P5, and the first gunfight there won by KiSMET. Huge win. Falcons with the advantage on the new hill.
Yeah, so far this game has been all about who wins rotation. It's got 2 hills in sync, going from the P4 to the P5, but they lose the back line. So now Fire, alongside all of his teammates, showing pressure through top well steps. Just going to try to push them back and then retract through the front.
Yeah, nice route here from Lurqxx. Finds one through mid, now helping out on the hard point itself. Low health pull under Pred for the 1, but can't turn around to find Cellium, who's on 2 in a row. Make it now 3 in a row for Cellium. 5 total in this light, but 3 on that break attempt. And that's great stuff for the Falcons. Ravens push back, and we'll see how Carolina try to calm this one out with the row of Ravens listening.
We should bully. Time.
He's still boxing. He never died. He never died.
I'm close right, guys.
He's back to back.
One shot,
Front boxes again.
We can note that.
I'm hitting around.
Boxes, there's two.
I'm hitting around.
One stone, 2 times. Stone 2 times. He's already gonna be out main. He's gonna be out main. I flip.
Every window here.
I flip. Give me a second. I have a pinch.
One's probably gonna pinch us.
Exit dead, guys.
Yeah, one stone on me. Stone. MC.
Yo, get time.
He's going main. He ran at main. MC.
Q1 door dead.
Left pinching dead. 2. Go.
I found stone.
We're done.
Let's go.
Window. Jump some window.
Window.
One shot window. You backed up.
Window dead. They're flipping, by the way.
Yeah, they're getting split.
Stay time, I got
Every P1 door. One door, weak.
They're going
One's
P1
going
rocks.
bridge. One's going bridge.
Right here's bridge.
Yeah, one rock, guys.
Low wine. He's going bridge. Yo, two top bridge.
Oh, there's two top already. There's two wine.
One guy's P2.
Wine. One more zombie time. Zombie time and L.
Guys, L kids.
Time and L. I'm staying alive.
I have wine.
I'll see Kiss.
Or I have your over now.
I spawned bridge, I spawned bridge, guys. I spawned
One shot
bridge.
square.
I'm just holding like a rope pusher. I'm just holding a rope pusher.
P1. I'm gonna off my spawn, I'm wrapping to you guys.
P1, MC
Yeah,
dead.
there's gonna be another P1.
One more L going out well.
Yeah, heard. I'm going
L, one shot Kiss, one shot L.
I have your rocks.
I'm one bullet.
Let's look. He's close.
Milk, dead.
Nice. Another one.
rocks, right?
Mini, another one top shack. By himself.
Top shack. I got you. Anytime.
Block the back.
Telling front, two front. They're both running at it.
This moment here, honestly, for the Ravens, a moment where they start to panic because the spawns are about to flip, but a couple of key kills come out in 1v1s, and the Ravens are currently in position for P2, but it's cut short. Kills from the front as well as the route throw on the back have the Riyadh Falcons in the time and winning the spawns.
Yeah, and this might be the most impactful break so far here on Sake. That might lead to a good chunk of time here because Falcons are not going to mess this situation up. They lock it on up at the warehouse. They find every single kill in it. Even though they currently have these back spawns, now you have space to work with. One player from the Ravens is going to spawn out, and Cellium is able to line up a double and earns himself that Hellstorm, and his teammates are all the way out. Oh, Falcons might have just won the game off of this sequence.
Yeah, they very well may have. You need to get these kills quickly. If you're the Ravens, they're able to find two from the front at P3. Exnid, the last one standing. Been a little bit quiet in this one to this point, but an opportunity to roar here as he finds one, gets damage to kill. Carolina spawn in. Opportunity to get this thing back to a neutral game if they can just hold this, and possibly, if they can get a full 60, give themselves a little bit of breathing room.
And they find the opening kill too. So now this is going to allow KiSMET to hit that go button. Hopefully timing goes his way. And Nick couldn't work out any better. Puts down shots onto the last player. Eventually goes back to finish his food. And another break opportunity seized out of the Falcons. 30 seconds still to go with, and you know if you are the Ravens, a team that hasn't really gotten any time off of their break attempts, you can't give up this time.
No, you really can't. And it's kind of the same story that we were talking about from our previous series. We talked about if you don't win the rotation from 2 to 3, you're probably going to win the map. Same thing can be told if you win the rotation, but you can't hold your setup. Another win condition starts to be brewed for your opponent, and that's been exactly the case for Riyadh. Going to be up by right around 50, but as we rotate over to 4, Carolina will be there first. They will not have the spawns though in Hellstorm.
Look at where these spawns are going to come in now for the Ravens. All trapped in towards the dojo side. Just hoping your teammates keep them trapped in that position. Because even though you're not on the time, look at where KiSMET is playing. I don't know how that's not going to be picked up of him being in the contest spot, but he only is able to get one, so Ravens able to manage that.
Well, Pred also drops fire. Nice double there. So the game stays tight. Riyadh not able to get a single point off that Hellstorm. And they're still really trying their darndest to try to get even a look at this hill with more than just one player who's in for the contestant. It looks like finally something will start to come to fruition. Nice shutdown from Pred. And the last player left will be Standy, frontside dojo. Dives into the hardpoint. Pred, though, going to find the quick trade, and it'll be Riyadh likely over the 200-point mark, especially if Pred can try to find a couple of extra kills here as we rotate to 5.
Yeah, look how much space they have, though, up on that P5 street. We work through Rod side to try to contest for those back spawns, but KiSMET is locking it down with the M15. Now going to hit a different direction, but Lurqxx is still lurking, and that's such an important one-on-one gunfight because it instantly puts yourself in a position to take all this space. You got him trapped towards the backside of warehouse.
Yeah, and Exceed's going to have maybe a chance to shut that down, but Cellium finds a double. Fires nade, top window, connects onto Exnid. Still looking for Cell. Pinch on the way from KiSMET from the other angle. Nades are starting to land. No trophy system to keep fire safe, but doesn't need one. Double up for him. Now an opportunity for the Ravens with 20 seconds remaining to possibly tie this game, or at least put a lot of pressure here onto Riyadh to consider, do they want to break for the scrap or rotate for the new time?
Bro, I can't believe it. The Ravens are only down by 10 because Falcons have earned themselves a Hellstorm. They found breaks on P2s and P3s, and they're basically winning a majority of the rotations as well. But Ravens are still in this game, and they're also getting heavily outslayed. So now going into the third set, the ARs combined for 2 in a row. And now
possible barn burner to finish this off. Pred, lots of damage on the 2 players. Good routing here as he makes his way back over through elevator, finds the freebie onto fire, and then tries to finish off what he started on Standy, but Exnid beats him to the punch, and it'll be 220 to 200. Carolina spawning in a pretty miserable position, but they shut down Exnid quickly, and if Pred gets found out here on this delayed pinch setup, it could lead to just a burst through the middle of the map. But here comes Pred on the flank, able to find the first two. KiSMET right over the top of the bar for a third, leaving Exnid by himself. Nothing there. Riyadh can win on this hill.
Yeah, it's just perfectly set up out of the teamwork aspect from the Falcons. KiSMET, you're the prey. Predator is going to go out and clean up the rest, and now you are influencing all of the Ravens to spawn in Africa. That is going to be map 1.
Yeah, really nice stuff. And yeah, I think you look at that map and say for Carolina, kind of the same things we talked about for Vancouver in their previous series is like he does push off a defender bottom windows though. And I think Exnid's seen. Trying to push him off. Smoke will come through, bomb will be planted.
I was attempting to go down. I think Falcons are trying to at least stop it before it eventually gets planted, but now it goes down. Standy gets the first, Cellium finds the trade, but it's Lurqxx gives them the numbers.
Yeah, that win is huge because now Fire can hit this route. Overthrew well. Cellium's double, insane, but Fire's able to win his battle. Down to the 1v1 with Pred. I think he may have saw the shadow. Fire backs up, nicely done. Damage is through. Pred, lots of damage of his own, though, looking to go outside the lines. Fire separating the space and wins the battle. Huge win, and Carolina start us off with a dub.
Yeah, beautifully played there from Fire. I thought once Cellium
not trying to get too over aggressive, play off the objective. It's just the trades don't come through that time around. Carolina looking for another 2-2 split defensively of their own. 2 over towards the open hallway, and Fire actually finds first blood into Cell through the window. So yes, Exnid will get the plant off, but numbers in advantage of the defense for Carolina.
Now 40 seconds to work with for the Ravens, and a man up. So Falcons, and a man down are going to try to make a big time play, and Exnid has now found the opening.
This is so good. Good info. And he's got everything in front of him now. There's the first. Decent damage coming through with the pitches on. KiSMET able to find one from the front, looking for the other. Follow-up onto Exnid will work out with the pistol, and the last battle is over the top of the bomb site. Lurqxx weakened up past the reset, doesn't have a lot of time to make this play happen, and he will not get through.
Hacienda. Ravens going for attempt number 2, and this time it's going to be through mid-Falcon.
Yeah, and it's going to be a quick mantle for Lurqxx able to find one. The timing there is beautiful to find more, but it's ultimately a 3v1 situation thanks to the team damage that came through. Exnid once again, though, gives him a chance. Catches the first, now to the 1v2. Post plant is going to be established over towards Rock on this B site. And I think Exnid may have seen a very small sliver of a shoulder and is instead going to go all the way back through Art.
They might have planted this for bedroom too. Yeah, so this is only going to be tougher for Exnid. You gather the information as soon as the bomb goes down, you force him to hit a different angle, and then you take the opposite side of the map away.
Some defensive pressure of their own on this B site, and that will be enough to sway Riyadh back over to mid-fountain.
Hey, they used a lot of attacks, though, for Riyadh now to show their cards that it's going to be still playing for the kills through the middle of the map. Exnid gets the first, Standy quickly gets the second. So with 55 seconds left, Falcons have all of B side control, but it's Lurqxx who's working the pinch.
Yeah, and Lurqxx's timing onto Pred could dismantle this entire post plant, but instead he's going to go over towards Lambo, and yeah, the Falcons think they're safe from this position. Doesn't get the first kill though, and what a bounce out from Riyadh. They know they've got a little bit of assistance from Pred, and Exnid will find the trade on the fire. But Standy reconfirms the position, finds Pred down low at the fountain, and Lurqxx, even though he may, I would assume, would lead to a plant, and yeah, trophy system goes down, and Standy will plant the bomb.
Might be time for someone to hit a water route, because tacks aren't going to be useful here. And every kill you allow Standy to get is only going to allow him closer towards that hellstorm. So KiSMET gonna start to swim. It's already been 15 seconds gone.
Well, here comes the setup on the retake. 2 from mid. Damage and shots out from Cellium. KiSMET just looking to mantle up to the wall. He's able to find one before being traded. This post plant now is purely over towards checkers, but you still have to clear this position out with only 15 seconds left. Cellium finds fire. Lurqxx last one over in through the archway to A. Shows some presence by tossing both nades, and then now he's out of there. And honestly, Lurqxx may have seen this. So Carolina are trying to isolate, and they will find the quick kill. No chance for the plan as of yet for Riyadh. So they're a little bit stuck here in a 3v4, and Pred's going to commit to the water route.
Yeah, you're just going to wait for Pred now. But if you are the Ravens, no need to do anything else. You know exactly where they're going to send the play in, so with the gunny, you got to fly.
Yeah, well done. Pred gets one, so its position at Boathouse is now known. The bomb is dropped over towards B. And Pred would have to get the ace, and the remainder of this 1v3. And the window peek from Lurqxx is going to be enough for them to fly out and find the easy kill. Nice stuff from Carolina here in the Hacienda.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, man. That's just one of those rounds that plays right into your hand. Rock with the gunny, and now they're up 2 again.
So another pivotal round required here for Riyadh. Standy's seen, bottom secret. Play up towards the double staircase, though, will be shut down by fire. So first blood, once again, goes the way of Carolina. Enough freedom here for Exnid to attempt to plant that A. Cellium not in a position to find the contest nor the exit. So tough 3v4. And yeah, I was going to say Exnid hasn't been as aggressive in this round. He has got the sniper, sees the shadow, and jump across to keep them safe. And with another dropping, it's going to have to be Exnid with the pistol. Finds the first. Maybe a chance to gain some separation. Tries for the quick slip to lock that one in. 22 seconds, but cannot get back into the connector. Carolina on map point.
Hey, he just can't do anything.
Safety. It looks like he'll have that as Exnid and Cellium are working for B.
Yeah, you're basically forcing the hands of the Falcons again to commit over at this B site. So, if you give up the bomb plant, how do you decide to retake this? Standy has info onto the first player. But it's this water out again from Lurqxx.
Oh, Nate over the top lands on Exnid, so now 4v3. Contact here, big for KiSMET. Puts pressure on that open hallway. The Lurqxx, water out, seeing all the shots come through. Now just down to can you mantle? Can you find the timing? He gets the first. Here comes the help to support for the second. Last one left. KiSMET does find 2, but
ground because Falcons are going to apply all the pressure in towards the showers. They find an opening kill with the frag, but now the gunny is clicking for the Ravens. Exnid finds 3 with the MPC, and now they have a chance to score 1.
Yeah, sure looks that way. Just gonna have to find the last kill. Standy's able to find 2. Okay, there it is. First score for Carolina. Gets through the hoop. Standy's still alive and has a chance to watch the rotation now for Riyadh. But as he double back, that's Cellium who meets him. And it's gonna be an opportunity here for Riyadh. Yeah, indeed. Big battle over through shower side. Exnid on the cross, able to find some damage. Follow up from the Falcons looking good. You just need to take care of Standy. Push out is working out, but the spawns are right here. That's annoying. You think you've done everything correctly there for your Riyadh, but the spawns for the Ravens will give them a defensive hold, and now all of a sudden they've got 3 dead and a chance for a counter score.
Yeah, that happens because Standy just finds 1 kill before falling. Gets a kill, influencing the close spawns, because you know where the press is going to be. Carolina get the stop. Now trying to turn it into offense. They strike first with that frag. They find another 2 kills as well. So the last player is not even in a position to stop this. Preg gets taken down. Carolina, you blink, they're up 2-0.
Wow. Yeah, nice route coming through. You just kind of force it forward. The spawn timing doesn't work out for the defense to get back into position. Exnid still to play as well. And if Cellium drops here, you've got another chance for Carolina to create something up the middle of the map. Nice shots from Lurqxx, 3 in a row. Looking for more as he pushes forward, but KiSMET shuts him down, and that will force fire to back away.
Yeah, this is back on up. Go back to shower. So far, it's 2 for 2. We're winning on this side of the map. And you might make it 3 for 3 because all you want to do is stall out time. Exnid again, gonna make the big time play. Locates a double. Now you have the advantage. Let's go for score 3.
Yeah, Cell will drop. Last one to possibly contest this will be Prem, but he doesn't have the angle, and this has just been a runaway to the top.
Allow you a chance, but this is how Ravens have been getting their scores, waiting for you to make the mistake so they can strike in and get the effective trades. It's still a 2v2 for Showers control, but Ravens have the advantage.
Yes, they do. Looking for more is Lurqxx. This is where he thrives. Timing off the reload.
my.
Oh my goodness. One more to grab. Lurqxx, are you kidding me? 3 for him. Exnid for the score, and the halftime comes through in the blink of an eye.
And now the leader's advantage is going to feel so good here for the Ravens. A different angle. And the Ravens is ready and waiting. No need to take any risks. We're up 4-0. And there's only 3 minutes left to play. Falcons need some playing some perfect overload. This might be the first time I see them in overload getting handled like this.
Yeah, I'll say. Chance here for Carolina. They're stacked up over towards driveway. Standy taking a little bit of a stun. And the Falcons are going to play this one from their spawn. That's exactly right. And well, KiSMET tries to you have to make a play, so he tries to. Not going to happen. Follow up, 3 dead. 1 more to find in the corner is Exnid. He's able to find, well, both players, but not before the score comes through. So Carolina now up 5-0. 2:30 on the clock. And again, the Falcons can barely get out of spawn.
Yeah,
but it's been a long time since they've lost even back-to-back overloads, period, let alone that they've been blanked. I don't think they've been blanked at all in the season. No, they haven't. They've had a couple of 1-score games, but there have been no results for Riyadh where they have not found a score, and it's looking like we very well may have the initial instance of that here with only 35 on the clock.
And I just think the Ravens right now are just matching the pressure plus some. Exceed this entire time has been running that third SMG. Fire just trying to beat the safety net, hold the long distance angles with the F15, but he is running and gunning with his SMG duo. And that allows the Ravens to just dictate the pace of the game. Falcons are able to get one score, so they're going to avoid that scoreless status you were just talking about. But if you're the Ravens, again, another situation where you're going to try to put yourself in a position to win the 2-3-5, but the 3 this time around was just utter dominance.
Yeah, you can avoid the shutout.
Plays with that NPC need to be felt, but I just think if you want to try to force this game number 5, the guaranteed column that you need to have go your way is rotations.
That's exactly right. Something that was not really missing for the Ravens. It was the setups on the rotations that were really missing. But so far, good statue control here for the team in blue. Exceed putting pressure over towards the P2 side of the map already. And as Exnid drops, Carolina will actually be able to get this right side of the map completely locked in for them. Ravens locking down even the line of sight over towards P4, and this just feels like the Falcons are kind of stuck at the moment.
Yeah, like just to see everyone at yellow steps and then say, nope, let's retract and go back over towards statue. Right now, not clicking the way that they want to, but you only give up 7 seconds off of the P1. You dominate statue control. Now with the aggression, we at least won one play for the Ravens out, and Cellium still winning gunfights.
Well, Lurqxx trying a nice moment here for Riyadh early. Nade over the top, though, lands on a Cellium. That's the hard point. Really now opened up. Pred putting pressure through tunnel. Drop down from fireworks out. Here comes the hit for Carolina. It's all from the front, which is the only real unfortunate thing, but at least there's no trophy, so you might have an opportunity just to flood with nades, and that's exactly what comes through. 2 will drop. Riyadh still spawning in and finding some counter kills of their own. Opportunity for the Falcons to reclaim his spread, able to find one up high, and that's good for the Falcons.
Yeah, they just keep the spawns. Falcons don't have to worry about anything else because the Ravens aren't working on P1 pressure, aren't working on the long route. They are just banking on their attacks to lead to the opening here for a break. That's a lockdown setup there for the Falcons. Now going to be up by 40 points, going over towards the P3. And if you are Exceed, yeah, start taking rotation because Falcons are already here.
Absolutely. Well, you've got over as it's not going to be really all that present for the Falcons as they get pushed back. KiSMET with an M15 now is just trying to find the angles. Good win there into fire. Knows he's got one up close and personal, but is waiting for a little bit of help, and he's going to get it with the right members nearby. Pred, Exnid trying to run it with the SMGs, but they're not really able to clear out that tunnel position. So yes, the Falcons are still winning, but Carolina are controlling the space around this hill.
Yeah, and they're shutting down these long routes trying to be developed on the side of the Falcons. So first 2 waves already shut down. Still 25 seconds to play with. You know there's going to be no trophy systems if you are the Falcons, so you just want a stunner or a nade to be the difference maker here to potentially get them out of the time. They're still slaying their way on through, but thankfully Pred hits such a great route, flips the spawns at the right time. Falcons are going to win the rotation anew.
Yep. Pending that Standy doesn't make a mess of it by winning these gunfights through mid. Not enough presence to likely move the spawns around, but damage on the KiSMET has Standy at least close to the front side of the hard point. Fire following up, and he's got an M15. He's gonna have to lock down the shots. Perfect will not be enough to deal with Cell nor KiSMET. Pinch from Lurqxx also shut down. Nice play from Kiz. 3 in a row for him, and the Falcons are in control.
Okay, and this is what I want to see out of the Ravens. Because you know now that they have trophy systems in play, we have to work on long routes because our attacks are not going to be useful. So the Falcons, who are currently running up that score here on the money hill on P4, let's see what their listening sounds like to get it to the game 5.
Any P1, help him.
One shot in the hill. One shot.
Ah, anti.
Really go.
One tap fronting.
One shot from fire.
Front dead.
Alright,
No bien. One blue.
nice. I stand over you.
Oh, dead.
Nice shot.
That's shield.
Yeah, I'll block AG. You gotta play time.
Oh, don't
I got right, bro.
I got a piece.
I needed the door.
Two on you. Needed. How much?
Contest. One more door. I'm blocking.
I'm one shot.
I'm throwing a detonate there.
One shot, XC, one shot, wall bang him. Absolute.
I'm one shot.
The bang hill, green hill, guys, 3 hill.
No time, one shot.
Help me.
I need the time.
I'm waiting for you.
Hit the seal, kids.
On time.
Sorry.
I'm letting you go.
I have tunnel. Everyone's chill.
I can need it. Yo, play set. I think hit you, MC. Watch it test.
I can.
They went left, bro. Left. Two.
Oh, dead.
Two left.
Straight.
Last guy.
Straight. Nice.
Last kill.
I spawned out. We
Yeah, this one, maybe.
I'll let them spawn hole. They're gonna be front
No.
you guys.
I spawned out. Straight.
All front you. All front you.
I'm much with
Standing go in front. He's in front. One more front, MC.
Yeah.
And one P1. I don't see him front. I have the right.
I'm DMC.
Watch out, right, God. I have all the right guys. I don't know if we're walking, brother. Come on. I have P1. Lurqxx, weak on time, outer. One more outer. Nice, good job. Listen, everyone hold. I'm gonna flank the right, okay?
Take your
time. Good stuff. I'm flanking tunnel. Good P1. See, I left it. I think he's side door. Nothing P1, he said.
One more.
Watch your front.
Nice, good.
I'm going.
Yeah, this game's getting a little out of hand here, Jay. And for the Ravens, it just has not been locked down enough in a lot of the same ways we talked about Sake. Even if they're getting rotational presence first, they're still not getting into setups that are stopping the Falcons.
Yeah, it's just tough to break these hard points when they have trophy systems on these money hills and all you're trying to do is just head bash. It's just not going to lead to a lot of success, man. Falcons aren't doing anything crazy. All they're doing is dominating the right side of the map at the right time. And Ravens aren't doing anything extra to try to discipline or at least catch them off guard in their setup. You're consistently going through the front door, and at least here at the P3, it works for now.
Well, it's Carolina currently in control, a little bit more solid here at this second P3. 35 seconds would go a long way towards a potential comeback effort, but here comes the push down over through tunnel side. Standing in the way. Fire helping out and supporting, but he's taking a ton of damage over the top of the submarine. Can he find Pred first? Yes, that's huge. You also still have assistance from Exnid, who's continuing to throw shoulders on this close corner. Fire, though, only able to contest. And look at that little peek. Exnid able to find one, but shut down by Lurqxx. Returning back over towards tunnel, 13 seconds on the clock, and with leader's advantage, Riyadh are putting focus on rotations. Kids who gets behind the play.
Yeah, that's what you should think. If you are the Ravens, we need to start winning rotation and not allowing people to slip on by, but it was Standy's shot to watch this cross from the P4, and now KiSMET makes the big time play. At the right time, Falcons flip the spawns, and if you give up all of this time here, or at least don't get an early break, it's gonna be a GG.
Yeah, sure feels that way, and the Riyadh Falcons will shut down that early presence, give themselves control of the spawns, and look at the layering. Cellium with an SMG up top. Just putting the pressure on, saying, nope, you can't come this way, and then immediately Pred along the back. Yeah, timing of that was perfect. Quad feed for Pred. And it's looking good for a potential map 5 here, Jay. 180 to 94, and Carolina have no hope at the moment of even seeing any of this back 25.
Yeah, they're just getting pushed back, man. You're dying off the rotation, you're losing your first wave and allowing Falcons to get those kills in sync to guarantee all that free space through the front. Blink, they're up by 100. And even though the Falcons are going to be trapped towards the backside of this P4, Ravens need P1 to P2 to get them back in it.
Yes, they do. Not unfeasible, but based on how the map has gone, it feels a little bit improbable. Long route being developed by Lurqxx, trying to cut off the play at P1 before it even develops, but he takes a couple opening shots. That turns the attention, and he gets shut down. Exnid, nicely done to find one, stop some of the pressure over towards Statue, but Exnid is able to win the hard point battle. Fire following up, good kills. And hold on a second, Ravens able to get some control of the hard point, but look at the quick double route around the back. Standy's got no idea. And once more, Cellium and the rest of Riyadh are just playing the long game.
And that's only allowed to be hit like that when you have this much of a lead. Because you're expecting the Falcons to just continuously keep on running and gunning, but they can still dictate how this game is going to be played, because also Exnid has a Hellstorm in the back pocket. So for the Ravens, who desperately need time here at the P2, we gotta watch these long routes. It's the Predator again who strikes, and all he's looking for is one more player. He can't locate him, but it's a 3v1.
Yes, that's absolutely right, and at least you get Lurqxx behind the play. And it looks like for now the Falcons know about that. They've said that, and Lurqxx will lose the battle, and that will likely mean that the rest of Carolina will lose the game. Another absolute masterclass, though, from the Riyadh Falcons in terms of rotation success, creating an extra lane in front of the hard point, not allowing breaks to come through, or if they are, it's only for a second or two before you regain. This has been pretty perfect for Riyadh, and now Exnid is just styling over the middle of the map, and we're gonna go 5. pending that Carolina don't have some miracle built.
Retake it through Dojo. No trophy system's gonna be in place, so they invest in smoke to at least cut that line of sight.
It's good.
But Falcons just gotta hold.
Yeah, there's also nades that are clearing out these close corners over towards 10. Nice shots from KiSMET, getting a lot of damage into a couple of different players, but he takes some nade damage, has to pull back, and that's going to be enough for Pred to show some play through mid. Cellium right there with him. Time is running out here for Carolina, who still have not been able to find the kills that they need. Team kill forced over towards the backside of the play at B, and the last one standing is Fire with nowhere to go. The late wrap from Pred is perfect, and it's an absolutely flawless post plant for Riyadh. Okay, well, Carolina's looking for some aggression towards B, but they're going to be met by some of the defensive presence of Riyadh. Smoke will come down. Lurqxx still playing inside of 10. Pred has stayed safe from just about all of this to this moment. KiSMET, quick shoulder. He has an SMG, so he's just essentially trying to pull some of this offense into the line of sight of Pred, and that works out nicely for the first. He knows there's a second outside. That's beautiful. Such a good bait and switch setup just by KiSMET saying, hey, look at me, I've got a sub, trying to push me. Oh, no. Clean. That is so well designed.
Carolina trying to catch them.
Very well may have been the case. Lurqxx dancing back, able to see that Exnid's nearby. Stun doesn't land. Nade being cooked may cause some damage, and whoa, it does. It catches all of Exnid. So good first blood. Lurqxx follows that onto a second. Tough gunfight here versus KiSMET, but a lot of damage is in. That's enough for Standy to follow up for the trade. Cell, last one left. Quick check over the top of the bomb. Smoke making the visibility pretty poor, but he's able to find the first cleanly. He should know that there's going to be a push. Wait, Exceed just kind of forfeits his life right there. And now Cell has the advantage of this 1v1 as he's got the timing, but he doesn't have the shot to lock down the kill onto Standy. Almost a catastrophic scam for Carolina, but Standy saves the day. Standy does avoid it. And now it's Exceed who catches the first sniper battle advantage over Exnid. Double setup here for Pred. And KiSMET has to dissolve in the 3v4. And Carolina will start to make their move over to B. Smoke to block out the mid connector should lead to a plant, but KiSMET actually may be able to see underneath this smoke that's kind of floating in midair. And that's actually enough presence to push off the initial diffuser, or pardon me, initial planter, but still a 4v3.
And now time is ticking. You know, those pressure for Falcons around the middle of the map, and Lurqxx already spots out Cellium. So in a 3v4, you got to take calculated risks, and Lurqxx still keeps the numbers in favor of his team.
Yeah, and Exceed now can just be the first contact point, just throwing shoulders. As long as you don't get absolutely bursted out of there. And Standy's now the last one left in 1v1. This time it's Pred on the other side. Up and over, Pred chooses right. Should have predicted left. But Pred's got space at mid as the pivot man, and this could be huge. Does Exceed try to check this? He does, but doesn't anticipate that Predator taking away the space, and Pred's looking for more, but only finds the one. So good trade from Standy, 3v3. Post plant, though, in effect as Riyadh get the plant.
And Riyadh would try to do the same exact thing they did in their opening round by just having mid-map as the safety net just in case you lose Kabul. But Standy takes that positioning away. Now, Exnid needs to hit a shot and lines up the first onto Lurqxx, 30 seconds.
Yeah, and you know that you've got Standy playing behind the play. And now you've gotten a read on Fire as well. Standy quick to rejoin. That will pull KiSMET back to the play, but damage is just not fully there. Fire trying to force the trade's not going to happen, and Riyadh get away with a nice one there. Standy gets the bomb planted. Exnid not able to see anything on the exit, and this is a post plant for Carolina that's all leaning towards the backside of the site.
You can't relocate back to the middle of the map because you didn't plan it for that angle, so all you want to do is just stay alive, but Exnid finds the first.
Okay, that'll help, but you still have to get through this position. Smoke blocks the line of sight. Pred finds one more. Now it's just down to Exnid trying to push forward with the pistol, trying to set up his teammates for the rest of the kills. KiSMET there for one. Lurqxx, has he done his job though? Sure feels that way. 1v1. Fire damage out to the pistol for KiSMET. Not going to win the battle, and Kiz will get back to give Riyadh a post plant. And it looks like it's going to work out nicely, but unfortunately, you don't find a couple of the key kills that matter as soon as that counter smoke comes through. So now the mind games start to shift a little bit late into this search and destroy. As information was gathered, Exnid now has info that Fire's playing over towards pillars. Should lead to a plant here because you've got Pred in a really good spot to contest this position. Has Lurqxx seen him though? Yes, he has, but the blob is still planted behind this play. Fire able to push Exnid off that angle. So hold on a second, you got a pinch play developing, and Carolina have the numbers.
And Cellium is going to have his hands full on the backside. Bait and switch good enough for him to fall very cleanly. Now it's a 1v4, 1v nothing.
I think if you're Carolina, you need to try to keep Riyadh interested with some extra noise or shoulders, because you have to have Exceed be essentially the round-winning player here. No one is even anticipating this pinch. Noise has been created. Okay, Exceed, time to execute. Should have a freebie onto Cellium. Follow-up should be good onto KiSMET in the corner, but he doesn't get the read. He has to come back to the play. KiSMET's able to find one, but the trade is there. Follow-up from Exnid, just a pistol in hand for now. Pred working with them, but that's an absolutely incredible save for Exceed. We're in a 2v2.
Yeah, they turn from nothing into something here with Exceed hitting that route. So in a 2v2 with 35 seconds left, you're trying to kill some noise. Force the Falcons to think that the play is going to be developing on the other side, but now time is getting away from you. We got to get it down.
Yeah, and this is such a good route from Pred. We'll have a chance to peek over the top of the bomb site, find the planter. Now we can just finesse. Oh, Exceed with the quick trade. 13 seconds on the clock, though. He's got to move quickly, and as he crosses, it's Exnid watching here at B. Nope, just kidding. We're rewrapping back around through rooftops. And you've got some sneaky couch control here. Good check from Exceed. 2v2. Exnid still just has the sniper pistol combo. He hits that shot. You have to double him up. You cannot allow him to stay here. And Exnid will just voluntarily reposition over to Dojo. So now all of your energy is going to be focused on clearing these spaces from not getting sniped. That you're going to be late, and look at the route from Cellium. He's going to rewrap to play the clutch position up through mid. Exnid just needs to keep his life here. He'll back away. And wow, Carolina are just trying to chase him out. They're going to be lost in terms of timing. Try to check over the top of the bomb, but Exnid will drop, but they have no idea where Cellium is. First shot comes through. He just got to make sure no one's defusing, and Cell will line him up and knock him down. Final two-piece comes through, and Pred's got something to say. Interesting.
Continue to have this matchup go your way if you are the Falcons. That is now 4-0 versus the Ravens, the battle of the
Monster
birds.
Winner Spotlight, and we have the one and only MacArthur in our spotlight. How are you, Mr. Cellium?
What's going on, guys? I'm doing good. How are you guys?
We're doing really vibey. It was a long, grindful weekend. We saw a whole lot more maps than we expected. Were you surprised to go to another Game 5 against the Royal Ravens tonight?
I mean, I wasn't really surprised. I mean, like, obviously they're a good team, and they took Optic. Like, they beat Optic, so I was ready for the matchup, you know.
Mm-hmm.
MC, it looks like you got your S&D bag back. You're playing, a little bit more aggressive at times. What have you switched in your own game, seeing as you guys are finding way more S&D success recently?
Just being more involved. I think, like, just taking more fights. I think that's something that I lacked, like, in the beginning of the year, but I think that's something I'm trying to work on still, so that's it.
How do you guys get to, like, the next step? You guys have had some close games against Optic, but most recently wasn't that close, and this seems to be the one team that gives you the most trouble. What do you think you need to improve on to get to the next step, take them down, and get to a chip?
I mean, honestly, for me, I think it's just like the very small micros that like top teams do. I think Optic and Thieves do it really good, and I think like for us to beat them, it has to be that. So just the small stuff like in game, like very micro, you know.
Okay.
MZ, I want to ask you a little bit about your comfortability on this game and how you're liking it. So I guess my first question is kind of what's your favorite map right now so that the rest of the league knows to ban it so they'd never have to play you against it. And then also just kind of where this game lands for you, your comfortability on it, how much you love it, and how good you're feeling on it compared to games in the past where you've dominated.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I think for me, Colossus is my favorite map so far. And I would say this game is probably like not my best COD, but it's not my worst. I'm still trying to be like past Cellium, but
yeah,
I'm working on it, you know.
You'll get there. You got a few more events to go.
Cellium, we get to see you back in action on Friday as we have a final week of qualifiers. How do you feel in your matchup against Faze?
I'm excited. It's always good. It's always a good match with those guys, and all those guys are my best friends. So I can't wait.
All right, we've seen a lot of your former friends raising trophies. I know at least one guy here on the couch is cheering for you in Paris.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I pointed to you on the couch. I also cheered for him.
Yeah, I think they can make a run. They just got figured out on land. Last land
definitely.
was pretty good. It's gotta be better here. And honestly, he needs to be the guy that starts to take over.
Right.
Because the rest of the team has started to perform really well. That was a good series from Cellium. There needs to be way more of that.
All right, and as you heard from Jay, expand that map pool before you get to Worlds. We, of course, have